Alright, welcome back. It is time for us to begin our journey through the Crystal Desert and to ascend. Which means we are going to be starting with the first of our missions here, the Dunes of Despair. Which first off, I'm going to run to it, show how you get there, and then we will do the mission itself. When I did Aurora Glade, I mentioned that one was the hardest Prophecies mission. I imagine there's going to be some comments about, or at least some people thinking that, what about Dunes of Despair? Because this is another very infamous mission, and for very good reason. I agree this one can be a little bit annoying, and for the longest time I would have actually considered this the hardest one too. However, I've recently figured out some timings that make it a lot smoother. And I will be sharing those with you. So when getting to Dunes of Despair, first thing we're going to be doing, running to this teleporter here, so we can go south into Vulture Drifts directly, rather than running through this pass and all the way around. If we go this way, we should duck the Hydra. If you're wondering why I always flag my heroes, it's so I have a better view of the teleporter switches. I don't trust them enough. I think they'll overlook my view. Okay, 2, 1, 3, 4. And if you're curious how these teleporters work, you can watch the ending of Aurora Glade, or sorry, not Aurora Glade, Sanctum K, where I do the run to Augury Rock and I explain the teleporters. But you can kind of see how they work, just in reverse engineered from what I did anyways. I trust you. We're just gonna run past that one enchanted enemy. So the Enchanted and the Forgotten are kind of the main two we're going to be dealing with here in terms of enemies, and I'll get into details with them later. So first up, we're running to this collector here, Iridescent Griffin Wing Collector. Once we've done that, we'll then be making our way to this teleporter and then looping in. So it should be a decently quick run. But same can't necessarily be said for the mission that's coming after this. I would say of the 3 Crystal Desert missions, it is the longest and the hardest. But there are certainly ways to make it just a little bit quicker to get through. That would have been better to go slightly more to the right. Probably would have been better to go this direction. Didn't catch that there was a sand bluff there. Oh well, didn't spawn any extra enemies, so works for me. It was 1342. 3, 4. I also unflagged the heroes because I think it's possible they don't get teleported with you if you keep them flagged. So always remember to unflag, and if you ever get them trapped, just reactivate the teleporter and go through again. And you'll be fine. The Sand Elementals use Eruption, which is going to lead to a lot of blinds, so kind of look for that little dust pile if you're a melee guy. Or if you have a Surin scan, you can just ignore my advice and hit through it. here, the second teleporter. I guess third in this total trip, technically speaking. Alright. 2, 4, 3, 1. 3, 1. There we go. And there's Dunes of Despair. We're just gonna sprint past this mob. I don't need to kill them, and I'll make it in before they can do anything. And here we are. Time to flip on hard mode, and we're just gonna get right into it. Not much changes with the comp here. I'm just kind of keeping it the same way through the entire Crystal Desert. Don't really have a reason to change it. So here we go. So you're going to be accompanied by a ghostly hero in every single Crystal Desert mission. If he dies, you all die. And the thing about him is when you talk to him, he will choose to follow you or not. So you can set him to follow specific people. Like here he says, I will stay here, and now he's following this. Now he's following me. Okay, I guess he wants to drop the bridge again. Yeah, we just make our way through the canyon. There's going to be some centaurs we'll need to fight again, because we are still not quite rid of them. I'm trying to think if you fight any in ice caves. Definitely don't fight them in Thirsty River, or Alona Reach, actually. So I think Alona Reach is, the starting part is all Minotaurs. Yeah, not much to write home about here. Just kind of take them down as you go. Guess we'll fight a lot more of them on the way to Thirsty River and Alona Reach. So the way it's going to work with the run-tos and the missions, Thirsty River is probably the fastest mission, but it's also going to have the longest run. Alona Reach is kind of in the middle for both of them. And then Dunes of Despair was definitely the fastest run, but it's the longest mission. Our main goal is to get to this little fortress here. And we're pretty much going to be taking a direct route there. I'll show you a quick little shortcut you can use to get there quicker. So Ghostly Hero himself, he fights with either a single greatsword, just a one-handed sword, or he switches to a bow when it's needed. Yeah, the shortcut's going to be related to that siege worm over there. When you see it flash red, it means it's firing a shot, but it actually can't reach us from out here, so it doesn't really matter. You can see it shooting the building for some reason. Like you can even see the rock just land on the building there. Right there. That's pretty interesting. But yeah, we're gonna lower that drawbridge and just go across. Where are you even? Oh, he's trying to kill the pet. It does that sometimes, but that makes it easier. So, just range it from here. And Ghostly Hero will be kind enough to actually let the bridge down for you. There we go. Sometimes the Ghostly Hero attacks the worm first, at which point, yeah, you had to kill it. But if you approach from the correct angle, you can get him to lower the bridge. So I have read about this, but I've never pulled it off. Apparently, there is another trick you can do in this mission around the boss, where you intentionally pull the boss away, kill everything else, claim the throne up ahead, and then you kill the boss, which the cutscene will then teleport the Ghostly Hero away from the throne. And then you're not at risk of failing the mission because of the enemies after this. I've never done it though, never pulled it off. Maybe it's easier with actual players with me. But I figure I would mention it just in case it actually is a deal that still works. Unfortunately, I will not be able to demonstrate it. But if somebody ever does want to make a video demonstrating it, by all means, link it in the comments, and I will be happy to pin it. So yeah, you kill all the enemies, it does this cutscene here. Supposedly, if you did this after everything I'm about to do, the ghostly hero is teleported out here, and he's just free to go. Make sure he follows me. You just set him to stay here, and you're good. But yeah, for now, range down the bows. So in terms of enemies, the enchanted bows, not much to them. The main things you have to watch out for, concussion shot can cause dazes, and if you're melee, they use throw dirt, which blinds you. Other than that, they're really not much of a problem. The enchanteds in particular are probably the easiest of the forgotten enemies to deal with. The enchanted swords and hammers, they have hamstring, I guess, and a knockdown or two, some weakness generation. But overall, not a big deal. So we're going to do some pulling here. Pulled a bit more than I wanted, but with the help of the minions, we can just body block here. Especially with the help of the spirits, too. And now they can't get through. Well, that one got through, but we're ignoring that. The bulk of them didn't get through. And that's what matters. Alright, here we go. Now we take out the enemy ghostly hero. And this is where the mission begins. At this point, you just have to hold out for 10 minutes. Which is why this mission is the longest, because of that timer. However, there is a bonus. If you go out the door to the south, there are 3 additional bosses you can kill. And if you want to do both the mission and the bonus, this is the method I would recommend. You kind of take out this initial group of Arcanists, which they aren't much of a threat either. Trappings. Here comes the next set. But yeah, we're going to be bull rushing the Arcanists here because our goal is to take them out quickly. So that way we have time to actually do the bonus. If you have a good enough player, you can send one person to just solo all of them, but in hard mode, of course, that's going to be trickier. So we're ignoring the Siege Worm. Once we've killed the 4 sets of Arcanists, we are going to take this show on the road. Here we go. These are the mobs I was referring to. So what we're actually going to do here is we are going to take out a boss. We're going to take out one of the 2 groups. So we're just going to take out the Mesmer boss here. And there's the other 2 back there. If you're able to pull them out, you can take out a couple more. But yeah, the Mesmer ran away from me, so that's why I didn't go after it. I'm not interested. I want to kill his buddies first. So Gwen, if you could remove Ethereal Burden from me, that would be really nice. Rather than letting it time out. Alright, let's go Oh, I didn't put Strength of Honor on again. So after you kill every single one of these bosses, it's going to spawn an extra mob that's going to run at the ghostly hero. So what we're doing is we're taking out one now, and then we're going to go defend the hero. Here we go. As long as you're back by around the 5-minute mark, usually the hero will have been able to hold out long enough. So yeah, here comes the group that spawned with the general, along with the forgotten boss. So we're actually going to take the boss first, especially since it's a mesmer. Or sorry, not a mesmer, a monk. Wrong M class. Oh my god, I hate when they run like this. So the curse bearers, as you just may have seen, they completely rip apart your enchantments. Please energy surge him so he can't cast anything. The monks are always the most annoying in this. Because Word of Healing is just good healing. Plus Aegis. This one could take a while. Ugh, blinded now too. Finally cast Throw Dirt on me. We are going to kill everything except for the monk by the time we kill the dang monk. Just because of the amount of damage pressure I've been putting on just it along with Gwen. There we go. That's clear, and that's clear. So once you have killed the boss, you are free to do the rest of the bonus. So at this point I have a solid 4 minutes to just kill both generals and call it a day. What I'm going to do here with these other two is I'm going to try to kill them as close to simultaneously as possible. I don't remember what Baisha is. Custodian's going to be either a warrior or a ranger. We got ranger. So we're going to attack them, pull them over this way, flag my heroes out of the way so they can come even further over. The nice thing about the enchanted bows is because of Throw Dirt, they actually do run to you. So now, go attack them, pull them in too. And we're going to fight both mobs at once. This is taking too long. Come on. Alright, we're heading back. Sprint them, guys. There we go. Bonus is complete. And the siege worms are the ones that have been attacking the ghostly hero this whole time. So as long as you sprint them back, as long as you sprint back in time, you should be able to just get the heals off and you'll be fine. As long as you stay close enough. You can get the siege worm to attack you instead, which makes it even easier to deal with this. But the main things we're watching out for are the mobs that the boss kills spawned. Looks like the Legionnaire's keeping one of the groups busy for us, so we just need to go deal with the other. Alright, so now it's just 3 more illusionists that we have to deal with, and the ghostly hero won't be in any danger. Yeah, once you've dealt with all the mobs, you can just go behind the throne there, and whoever your healer is should be able to just out-heal the worms at that point. Oof, or I could use for great justice. I got energy burned. So the Forgotten Illusionists, watch out for these Chaos Storms on the ground, especially if you're a caster. Every tick you're inside of it, so like every second or so, you're going to lose 3 energy for it, and it builds up fast. But with that, we're done. Bonus is complete. Plenty of time remaining. And you can always kill a siege worm or two if you were ever worried about the siege worms overwhelming the ghostly hero. It's like I could have knocked off that one or that one over there on the way. And there we go. That's Dunes of Despair complete. Which will take us back to Augury Rock, and we will meet, and we'll be ready to get on our way with the next 2 missions, which Thirsty River will be next. So, hope these have continued to be helpful. Thank you very much for watching, and good luck with your runs.